This is a Saturday morning TV log from Big D's Entertainment Rankings and Reviews. Welcome to another Saturday morning TV log, and this time around it's Skeleton Warriors, brought to us by Graz Entertainment and Landmark Entertainment. Greetings, my fellow YouTubers. I'm Doyle, the Big D to you. This is Big D's Entertainment Rankings and Reviews. So this week's Saturday morning TV log is probably one of the most forgotten shows of Saturday mornings of the 90s. Another one, actually. And that is Skeleton Warriors. A sci-fi action drama, slightly horror-themed animated series. Originally premiering on CBS in September of 1994. Now, the show was created by Gary Goodard, who was the producer. That name might sound familiar. That's the guy who recently directed the Masters of the Universe movie 7 years before this. Yes, and now, of course, one of the companies that produced it was Landmark Entertainment Group, who, of course, were actually best known for creating theme parks and as well as attractions, live entertainment productions, and virtual reality attractions. Of course, they became known for producing attractions at Universal Studios theme parks, along with Graz Entertainment, who, of course, were already well known for doing some shows. Who had recently worked on Conan the Adventurer's first season, as well as Conan the Young Warriors, which that happened to have been canceled that same year. And more recently, the same year this premiere, they also co-produced The Tick on the Fox network. Now then, the story takes place on the fictional distant planet of Luminaire. The conflict of the plot revolves around the need to control the Light Star crystal, which powers the great city of Luminicity. Baron Dark, the show's main villain, tried to steal the crystal in order to gain control over its incredible power. He only succeeded in obtaining half of the crystal, with the other half being obtained by Prince Lightstar. The half of the crystal that the Baron Dark managed to obtain turns him into a living skeleton. It also gives him the power to turn those with evil hearts to living skeletons for his army. Each episode involves Prince Lightstar, along with his siblings, and Baron Dark attempting to obtain the other half of their respective crystals in order to gain control over the planet. Now, Lightstar forms part of the Legion of Light. It consists of Justin Lightstar, which, of course, that's the actual name of the prince. Next, his brother, Joshua, aka Grimskull, and his sister Jennifer, aka Talon. They also have been endowed with great powers through their half of the crystal. They team together with their uncle Ursak, aka Guardian, to battle the evil Baron Dark. While Baron Dark is transformed into an undead skeleton and given the ability to transform other living beings into his skeleton warriors, the Legion of Light gains other fantastic abilities. Lightstar gains the ability to channel energy through his hands. Talon gains the power of flight, and Grimskull is transformed into an undead creature similar to the Baron, but also has the power to travel through shadows. Now, this show's been, I don't know. Like I said, this show is easily probably another underrated and sort of forgotten series. And while it was probably one of, if not one of the most darkest shows ever for Saturday mornings, the show ended after only 13 episodes were produced and aired. Ended in December of 1994. But, well, it has never been seen again until 2011 when the complete series got released on DVD. Which, who knows how much that's going to be. However, the full series is available on YouTube for you to watch. Now, despite it was short-lived, there would also be a toy line from Playmates, who, of course, most people knew best for creating the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles action figures, which, of course, the Turtles were already big on CBS at the same time. As Skeleton Warriors, along with the Turtles, was part of their new Action Zone block, along with Jim Lee's Wildcats covert action teams, which also debuted the same year. Unfortunately, those two were short-lived, and well, they just went on with the Turtles for the rest of that little block's run. There would also be a limited series of a comic book from Marvel, and well, despite the show got canceled after only one season, a year and a half after that, a video game came out for the Sega Saturn and PlayStation by Playmates Interactive, who also produced the Wildcats game for Super Nintendo and developed by Neversoft, which this would be one of their very first games. Of course, that company would go on to give us the Tony Hawk's Pro Skater series, as well as some of the Guitar Hero games, the Western themed game Gun, and of course Spider-Man for PlayStation and a few other consoles. Now, Susan Blue, who also was, well, no stranger to working on shows and was also, well, voice director for Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, served as the series voice director. Our voice acting cast includes Jeff Bennett as Prince Lightstar. Philip Lewis Clark voices Baron Dark. Michael Corbett voices the character of Oracula, and Nathan Carlson voices the character Dr. Cyborg. Jennifer Hale voices Jennifer Steele, aka Talon. Danny Mann voices Ursak, the Guardian, and the character of Dagger. Valerie Pappas voices the character of Shriek, which I believe I know that's one of Baron Dark's meanings, and Kevin Shaw voices Joshua Steele, aka Grimskull. There'd also be a few other voices, including the late great Earl Bowen. We sadly lost him this year, rest in peace. Jim Cummings, and as well as the late great Tony J, Kevin Michael Richardson, and even the late great Linda Gary. This, who of course was well known for voicing Teela and the Sorceress and others on the original He-Man. This would be one of her last series before her death. So anyway, yes. Now then, let me see. I'll tell you about some of the other characters. Now, Dr. Cyborg is a skeleton, half skeleton, half machine, who is Baron Dark's scientific expert and high-tech weapon maker. Now, Shriek, of course, a stunningly beautiful woman, but has an evil heart, was transformed to a female skeleton warrior in order to add a woman's touch, according to Baron Dark. Oracula is an arachnid-like creature possessing 6 arms before being turned into a skeleton warrior, and speaks almost entirely of grunts, screeches, and other animal-like sounds. He serves mostly as a bodyguard and berserker-type fighter for the Baron. The character Dagger is Baron Dark's dwarfish, slavish aide, but soon became a skeleton, of course. And then there's the character of Claw, no voice though. It's a werewolf-like creature hired by Baron Dark to patrol Luminicity for anyone who tried to cheat him out of tribute money. After skeletonizing himself, Claw joined the rest of Dark's lieutenants. Now then. Yes. Anyway, Skeleton Warriors, again, as I've said before, it's easily an underrated show, but I say if you're into something real dark, and if you're curious about this show, I say go for it and watch this show. Let me see if I can give you some shots of this. Stand by. Here's a freeze frame of Baron Dark and his bony goons. Here's a little look at Prince Lightstar on a rocket cycle. I'm sorry I had to give you a good close-up. Here's a little quick small look at the prince and his 2 siblings. And well, this isn't a freeze frame, but it's a picture of Gary in a concept art. That's what he looks like. So that's just a slight look at what you'll see of Skeleton Warriors. So if you think you want to check this show out, then by all means. Each episode also begins with kind of a flowing CGI skull, bring up the start and the end of our story. But like I said, the full series is on YouTube. Just in case you can't find it on DVD, then no problem. Be thankful YouTube has it. I've only revisited the first episode. I don't know if I'm going to revisit the others, but I might one day. Like I said, this is easily probably one of the most forgotten and definitely easily one of the most underrated 90s tunes in my book. But anyway, what did you think of Skeleton Warriors? Have you ever seen this show? If so, let me know in the comment section below. If you like this video, click the like button, subscribe, and be a part of the Big D Nation. And stay tuned, we will have another video coming up later tonight, and it'll be a mini reviews vid with three, yes, you heard me correctly, three recent horrifying films. So I do hope you enjoyed this, and if you did, check out my Saturday Morning TV logs for these other two dark themed but also underrated tunes. In the upper left hand corner is the episode I did on Conan the Adventurer. The upper right hand corner is the episode I did on Ultra Force. Or go to the bottom left hand corner and see my recent review of the Masters of the Universe film, which of course Gary Goodard, the producer of this series, directed. And the bottom right hand corner is the button you can click to subscribe. If you like rankings and reviews on movies, TV, music, video games, etc., as well as the Saturday Morning TV Log, then I'm your guy. Thanks for watching, and next week's Saturday Morning TV Log is My Pet Monster. So until next time, I'm the Big D saying, see ya.